Epstein Files. The release of previously unseen emails sent by convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein has thrust Donald Trump back into the center of the long-running Epstein controversy that has plagued his administration for months, inflamed parts of his own political base, and offered Democrats an ongoing line of political attack. On Wednesday, Democrats on the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee released email exchanges from 2011, 2015, and 2019 that they say were provided by the estate of the late Epstein, who died by suicide in federal prison in 2019 while awaiting trial on federal charges of sex trafficking minors. In the three released exchanges, the disgraced financier Epstein describes the U.S. president as the dog that hasn't barked, alleges that Trump had spent hours at his home with one of Epstein's victims, whose name is redacted, and claims that, of course, Trump knew about the girls as he had asked Ghislaine to stop, referring to Ghislaine Maxwell. Maxwell was Epstein's longtime associate, who was jailed in 2022 for helping Epstein abuse girls, and is currently serving a 20-year sentence for sex trafficking crimes. Democrats on the committee said that the emails were part of more than 23,000 documents turned over by Epstein's estate as part of their ongoing investigation into Epstein, and that they are still reviewing the documents. While the full context of the emails is unclear, their release has, once again, reignited public scrutiny of Trump's past ties to Epstein and Maxwell. On Wednesday, the White House press secretary, Caroline Leavitt, dismissed the release of the emails and said that Democrats had selectively leaked emails to the liberal media to create a fake narrative to smear President Trump. Leavitt said that the unnamed victim referenced in the emails was the late Virginia Giuffre, whom she said repeatedly said President Trump was not involved in any wrongdoing whatsoever. Leavitt added that Trump kicked Jeffrey Epstein out of his club decades ago for being a creep to his female employees, including Giuffre, and said that these stories are nothing more than bad faith efforts to distract from President Trump's historic accomplishments, and any American with common sense sees right through this hoax and clear distraction from the government opening back up again. Shortly after Democrats released the emails, House Republicans on the committee released an additional 20,000 pages of documents from the estate. Trump, who was friendly with Epstein for at least 15 years before having a falling out in 2004, has consistently denied any knowledge of or involvement in Epstein's criminal activities. Still, Trump's past association with Epstein continues to haunt him politically, and in recent months, he has found himself embroiled in headline after headline regarding his past ties to the disgraced financier. Over the summer, the Trump administration faced backlash after the Justice Department announced it would not release any additional files related to the Epstein case, an investigation that has been long surrounded by conspiracy theories, despite earlier promises from Trump and the U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi. That decision angered both Democrats, who accused the administration of a cover-up, and some Trump supporters and conservative commentators who felt betrayed. As the backlash mounted, Trump lashed out at his own supporters in July, calling them weaklings, who bought into what he described as the Jeffrey Epstein hoax that he said was put out by the Democrats to discredit him. "I don't want their support anymore," he said. In a rare break from Trump, Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson said that he didn't believe that the Epstein case was a hoax and called for the release of the case documents, and some of Trump's supporters burned their MAGA hats. In an apparent attempt to quell political pressure over the administration's handling of case, the Justice Department sent Todd Blanche, the Deputy Attorney General, and one of Trump's former lawyers, to meet with Maxwell in prison to see whether she had information about anyone who has committed crimes against victims. During the meeting, Maxwell reportedly acknowledged that Trump and Epstein had once had a social relationship, but said that she never saw Trump do anything inappropriate. Days later, Maxwell was transferred from a Florida prison to a lower security facility in Texas, where, according to recent reports, she is much happier and is reportedly preparing a commutation application for the Trump administration to review after the U.S. Supreme Court declined to hear her appeal. The release of emails on Wednesday has once again renewed calls from Democrats to release the full cache of the Epstein records to the public. "The more Donald Trump tries to cover up the Epstein files, the more we uncover," said Democratic Representative Robert Garcia, the ranking member of the House Committee on Oversight. These latest emails and correspondence raise glaring questions about what else the White House is hiding and the nature of the relationship between Epstein and the president. The Department of Justice must fully release the Epstein files to the public immediately. The Oversight Committee will continue pushing for answers, and will not stop until we get justice for the victims, he added. In a statement to the New York Times, a spokesperson for the Republicans on the committee accused Democrats of politicizing the investigation. Democrats continue to carelessly cherry-pick documents to generate clickbait that is not grounded in the facts, they said. On Wednesday, Democratic Representative Ro Khanna told The Guardian that the newly released emails are exactly why he is working with Thomas Massie, a Republican representative, to force a House vote to fully release the Epstein files. The public deserves transparency, and the survivors deserve justice, Khanna said. Over the summer, House Republicans twice blocked Democratic attempts to force the public release of all Epstein files within 30 days. But a vote could soon be underway as the House planned to convene Wednesday evening to end the lengthy government shutdown.